How I plan my long motorcycle trips? This is the question that I receive regularly on my channel. In this video, I'm gonna tell you the answer. So if you have nothing to do, grab your favorite drink and stay with me. Welcome back. I often hear that if you plan your trip, it is not an adventure anymore. Well, in my opinion, in the best scenario, the trip will finish when your petrol is finished. To know where is the next petrol station, it's already a plan. It is possible to travel without any plans, but only on local base, around your hometown or the places that you know. For anything else, you'll need a serious preparation. This is my opinion and I will never change it. To the guys that would like to travel without any plans, the only thing that I can say right now is good luck. On the other hand, if you plan too much, too many details, every kilometer, every stop, every hotel, every food, everything on the road, I will agree that this might kill the spirit or the adventure part of the trip. So you have to find some kind of balance. What works for me, and I'm absolutely sure that it will work for you as well, is to have a basic plan. A plan that could be extended, shortened, or change it if necessary. First, I need to find the desired destination. This is a little bit tricky job. Let me explain to you why. Now at the moment I'm 50 years old. I started traveling when I was 35, around 15 years ago. So far I was lucky to visit some of the longest motorcycle destinations like Mongolia, Central Asia, Magadan and South America this year. Next year I plan to visit Canada. It is not 100% confirmed, but I'm working on it. Will I ride my Tenere there, or I will have a local bike? I don't know yet, but as I said, I'm working on it. Why Canada? There is nothing there to see for thousands of kilometers, you might say. And you'll be right. But let me tell you my considerations. Now at the moment, as I said, I'm 50 years old. I'm not going to be younger anymore. And now I feel myself strong enough to ride on long distances. So I have the necessary stamina and health to do these long trips. Later, I don't know what will be because nothing is promised. Also because I haven't been to Canada, and as you already know, my goal is to see the whole world and I cannot do it if I skip some countries. I also haven't been to Africa, only in Morocco, and I plan to visit Africa on some stage, but now at the moment it is impossible to make a long trip around Africa because many countries are closed because of the local conflict. So one day I will definitely go there, or probably ride to each and every one of the countries in a different trips. The same with Southeast Asia. I also haven't been to many countries over there. Well, as I said, I plan to fly by a local bike and ride over there. And in this situation will be much easier for me and possible to visit all countries around the world. After I decided where exactly I plan to go and I have this basic idea, basic route, I will draw it in Google Maps to see how many kilometers it is and how much time it will need it. This is very important information, and based on this information I will decide will I go there or not. And let me give you a little bit more details on this topic. For example, on my trip to South America, I wanted to visit the jungle, this biggest, the largest equatorial jungle in the world, in Brazil. But to go there, you should avoid the rainy season. So I have to have this general plan or the basic plan, and I learned and realized that I should be there not later than the middle of December. Otherwise, I cannot do it. You might say, why didn't you go September or October? It will be even better, right? Yes, it will be if I want to ride only in Brazil, but I also plan to go to Ushuaia. And if I go to Brazil in September or October, that means in maximum November, I'll be already in Ushuaia. But in Ushuaia, it's gonna be too cold. There'll be many different weather and any kind of conditions to meet, especially when you go to Ushuaia, when you go to Peru, Bolivia, the mountains. So all of this need to be calculated, and the time window should be very precise, and all of this is impossible to have without a serious preparation in advance. I know that it's a lot of information for a short period of time, so let me recap everything for you. The first step is to have the destination, the desired destination. The second step is to make a basic plan, where exactly and how long the trip is gonna be. The third step is to put all of this information in Google Maps or another source of maps that you use, and to see the real numbers. how long the trip will be and how many kilometers. Only then you can decide that is it possible for you to execute such a trip. Because it is one story to talk with guys and say I'll go here and I'll go there, but it's completely different when you see the real numbers, when you see the longevity and the mileage and the money and time that are required for a specific trip. With all of this being said, it should become crystal clear that on a long motorcycle trip it's almost impossible to travel without any plans. Anyway, once I've got the basic plan, I've got the Google Maps route, I've got all the calculation and numbers, then is the moment to buy a paper maps. You don't have to. I like paper maps, that's why I do it. Many people travel with GPS or something like that, but because I like to have this large picture, to see everything in front of my eyes, I always buy a paper maps. On my trip to South America, I bought 10 different maps for 10 different countries that I plan to visit. The next step is to find what are the places or attractions around my route that were to be seen. The places that I would like to see, not something else recommended or not everyone likes. Based on this information, I can make some corrections to optimize the trip and avoid backtracking, for example. At later stage, once I arrive on the place, the plan might be changed many times because of many different circumstances like bad weather, health problems, technical problems, or some other issues that might pick in last moment. So all of this, it's a basic plan, still basic plan, basic rule that could be changed in every given moment if necessary. And I also rely on the recommendations from local people. They usually tell me, so this place is good, but don't go there because nothing really to see, or this place does not worth anything, but this is very nice, go and see this. So all of this, as I said, could be changed at every given time. Also, every night when I finish the riding day, I open the map and check the route for the next day to see what is the basic plan, where the towns are, where I can eventually have petrol or place to sleep. All of this is very important to update the current situation because it's changed every single day, and I never book anything in advance, hotels, hostels or places to sleep, because on the long trips you never know when or where you will be able to reach. That's why I do everything in last moment. I can book a hotel if I'm very close to the place, let's say 1 or 2 hours, and I know that I will be able to get there, then I can book a hotel or place. But usually, even if I use applications like booking.com, I always book a place where I don't need to pay anything. There are many places that you can book and reserve it without any payments, so I can cancel it at every moment if I have to. Because of my YouTube channel, as you know, or maybe you don't, but I'm invited in many places to visit many people on the road, and I always have all of their names and details and emails and telephones and everything printed on paper, but I also have a file on my telephone, so in the case I lose the paper, I can always find these people, because most of these people are very important on my route for many reasons. But first, because I promised to visit them, and secondly, because they can give me a lot of local information. I don't have GPS or GPX files. I'm not saying that is wrong, no, absolutely not, but I travel with paper maps. This is the way I like. I prefer to have a little bit better perspective and more flexibility, but feel free to use whatever you like. I use a GPS only when I need to find a specific address in the towns. For that purpose, I have a second telephone that has nothing on it, only Google Maps, and I activate it and use it only when I need to find a specific address. On the road, I prefer to travel with the map and signs. This way of planning and traveling helped me visit more than 80 countries in 5 different continents, and I cannot see any reason why it won't help you as well. See you in the next video.